Well, hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Automation Station here, episode 248. We're coming up on the big 250. Next Friday, if we keep it live. And I don't think anything's shutting us down next week. Full week next week.
Yeah, full week next week.
Full week. Excellent to be back. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed your week. I hope you've enjoyed this market. I feel like I've been on autopilot this week, just head down and work and have my bots trading for me. I know we had some action this morning, some bounce back. I actually haven't looked at it in about an hour, but maybe we'll take a look at the market here. But good show for you today. Maybe a little bit of a quicker one. We were going to have a guest on, but some schedules, life happens, and we'll have that guest on in the next week or two. So Ben and I are here. We're going to go through a couple things: Trader Trivia, an opportunity to get access to PeakBot's automated strategies in our marketplace for free for a month. And then we will talk about some partners that are up and coming. All right. So PeakBot is moving and grooving. We got new partners every week who we are automating for, whether it's equities, options, or futures trading. Many of them coming right on over here to Tradier, because Tradier's been a fantastic broker partner, providing excellent fills and good customer service and support. So we'll talk about that, and we'll do some economic events, things to look out for going into next week. Of course, if there's questions, comments, concerns, hit us while we're here. But Ben, I think I can kick it over to you, and we can get started. Happy Friday to Doug.
Happy Friday. Yeah, let's get started with some Trader Trivia. We've got a layup here today for Trader Trivia. Usually when we have guests on, we'd like these questions to be layups. So we can offer some free subscriptions easily. So anyways, this is how this works. If you've ever been wanting to try out an automated trading platform, this is your chance to try out PeakBot for free. All you have to do is integrate your brokerage account and get going. Set up your bot. That's basically it. How do you get this for free? You have to answer this question and send the answer to the question to experience@peakbot.com. If you get it right, we're going to email you back a link to give you 1 free month of a PeakBot subscription. So the question that you need to answer is, what is, quote, after hours trading, end quote? Is it A, weekend trading, B, trading outside regular hours, C, morning trading, or D, overnight holding? Think about that. After hours trading. Which one is it?
Oh, no, I was on mute. Don't think too hard. You might hurt yourself. That's what I said while I was on mute. Gotcha. The timing was better the first time.
So while we're waiting for people to send their answers in, we're going to go over a quick did you know. Did you know that markets often recover faster when headlines are the worst? Because much of the negative news is already priced in by investors. During periods of heavy fear or crisis, stock prices usually fall quickly as panic spreads and investors rush to reduce risk. However, by the time sentiment becomes extremely negative, most of the bad expectations are already reflected in prices, leaving limited further downside pressure. So when this happens, even small positive signals such as better than expected data or signs of stability can trigger a strong market rebound. As investors start rebuilding confidence and re-entering positions, this highlights how markets are driven not only by news itself, but also by expectations, emotions, and investor sentiment cycles. Very emotional place the stock market is. It's crazy because it's an area where you get a lot of strong emotion, but also a lot of data-driven decisions at the same time. You're muted again. You did it twice. That's 2 strikes in one show.
I think if I do it a third time, we just have to end the show. Yeah, it's emotional because it's real, right? I mean, these are real decisions being made by humans. And Ben, even the algorithms, right? Even institutional traders, bot providers, strategy providers, there's emotion that goes into that. There's still a human behind that saying, yeah, let's give this thing a go. Of course, yes, much of it's computed when we talk about the higher level of well past where we are, and supercomputers and these high frequency trades. Obviously, that's a little different, but yeah, it's emotional, man. Things change. Tell you what, I remember, was it yesterday? We won't speak to the specifics, but yesterday at market close, another ride, and Ben's messaged us in the chat, hey, who wants to join me for market close? And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather not. I'd rather just be ignorant to it for a second and let my strategies do what they're supposed to do. But yeah, good fun fact. Let's get the answer here.
So the answer to what is after hours trading is B, trading outside of regular hours. Now, I get that answer might have been a little misleading because there is pre-market, right? But I guess technically that's still after hours from the day before. I don't know. So after hours trading refers to buying and selling stocks outside of the normal regular U.S. market session, which runs from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. unless there's a half day. And it allows investors to react to important news, earnings reports, and economic events released after the market closes. And this changes, the hours change by broker. Brokers will allow different time periods where you can trade after hours through their platform. So not every broker allows the same after hours. Some brokers even allow 24-hour trading on select tickers. All the more reason to have a bot trade for you.
Yeah, gotta sleep, people, and eat, and do all of the bodily functions and responsibilities of being a human being on planet Earth for now, until we're multi-planetary, right?
Right.
All right, so fantastic. The banker hours, many stocks. I can zoom options trade 24/5. Yep. Coming. Gonna need more bots, retail traders. Only getting harder. This game doesn't often get easier for people. All right, fantastic. So why don't we do this? I can walk us through. We have 5 partners, all of which who just recently launched. Some futures traders, some options traders. I'm going to pull up their sites. And Ben, maybe you can have the marketplace open as well on our site. Maybe you show them what we're talking about with the marketplace, and then just generally, and then I can kind of zoom in on the new ones that we just signed.
Yeah, that's not all of. I don't know if all of the new ones are up yet. That's
okay. That's why I'm going to show them the site. But just to introduce the idea of the marketplace, these are all of our partners in which we automate for and we copy trade for. Again, equities, options, and futures. Some partners offer multiple asset classes. Some just focus on one. We've got some algorithms in here. We've got some a lot of copy trading, and a great amount of information available here. How much cash do you need? What stock is it trading? If you want to see results, that will be available and provided by the partner. That's not something that we're responsible for tracking. But all of that will be available to active subscribers in app once they're up and running, so they can see daily returns there, both for their account and the average across the users. So Ben, a lot of good things to come here. What I'm going to do is I'll take over and just go through a few of these partners in which we're going to be working with here soon. So give me 1 second.
Yep, do it.
All right. So first one we got, and I'll zoom in here. This is Ronnie V, a momentum trader and a growth investor. He has 2 different portfolios. He does more trading style as well as investing style. Okay, so we'll go here to his website. This is Ronnie V. His business is the high5collective.org. All right, so you can go to this site. You can come in and see. Again, we're not responsible for any of the results being tracked here. That would be strictly on the partner. But we've got a ton of great information here. He's got a great Discord channel running through WAP with great reviews, a ton of community members. Again, some more results here. But Ronnie V, big on Twitter, has a lot of fantastic information on his site, a lot of education, and now going to be automated and copy trading with PeakBot. So Ronnie V will be up and running here, I would assume, in the next few weeks. So excited about that. Again, over 64,000 followers on X and a great trading community. People who are hungry to be trading just like Ronnie, but that's quite difficult to do. So, moving right along, we have our new partner, Option Wolves. All right, so this is option specific, actually even more specific to trade just SPX. All right, so a community here of over 350 traders already deep trading SPX here, typically manually. All right, but we're able to now automate that. He's trading credit spreads, iron condors, and debit spreads. So strictly options. You can find out more information as to what you need in your account to get going here. But SPX, kind of a sniper here, and excited for him to get up and running. I think he's actually live and launched, and we'll be expecting some more growth there over the next few weeks. Moving along, we have our partner JR28. This is Jovan. He's actually been a partner of ours on the options side of things with some options buying portfolios. He's now actually going to be launched and automating his futures. Again, I know I'm annoying with this, but we are not responsible for providing any of the result data. This is all provided by partners here. But what you can see here is month over month results. Now, this is not necessarily tied to what he'll be trading here, but certainly will be a similar style. So a ton of information there. He's got a Discord. He has a newsletter. He's got a ton of things available. You can go check him out at jr28trading.com. He'll be in the marketplace with his futures portfolio very soon. Moving right along, Bullish Buzz. All right. And so what we have here, Bullish Buzz is actually going to be futures trading. Ben, MNQ, MES for the most part?
That's right. Yep.
All right. So he's off to a hot start. He's got a great community behind him, people who are also eager to get automated. So he's got his Buzz bot. He's got a full ecosystem of education and alerts here, but now even more simplified and fully automated through PeakBot. You can find him at thebulishbuzz.com. And then we have Alpha Shark. So this is a business that's been around a while. Andrew and his team over there have been fantastic, and we're excited to get up and running here. This will mostly be options here. Unusual option flow is where they're trading out of. This will be fully automated copy trading from AK Andrew Keene. All right, so that'll be up and running here soon as well. AlphaShark.com. So I think I said correctly, right? So we got Ronnie V, Option Wolves, JR28 futures, Bullish Buzz futures, and Alpha Shark options trading, all new coming to the marketplace. If you have questions on this or any of our other 30 some odd partners and what strategies are available, come on and ask us. We can provide you with information. We will not be providing you with any opinions, but we can tell you what's needed for each of these. So, and you can feel free to set up time with our partners as well. Many of them are available, whether it's through their site or socials. Or email. So Ben, I knew I kind of flew through that. There's, intentionally, there's a lot more information to come from these partners. These are just the new ones. We've got 20 some odd partners already live in the marketplace. So feel free to go and check them out. That's at peakbot.com. And you can click on browse strategies right on the homepage there, or you can go directly to peakbot.com/bot-shop.
Yeah, and our live attendance for this show has been somewhat sporadic over the past couple of weeks, just due to vacations that we're taking here. But there was a whole other bucket of launches that took place that I don't think we have covered yet. But just to set expectations going forward, we do intend to bring on all of these traders to the show. So we're working through their schedules, our schedules, and we should have an exciting series of one trader per week coming on, talking about how they trade, how they started, the success that they've seen, so on and so forth. So it'll be fun to have all of these traders come on and kind of tell their stories.
Yeah, a little bit of a shift, but we think that's really helpful. These are retail traders who built themselves up and now built a community of retail traders behind them, and knowing where they came from, how they, came to find success and edge with their strategies is going to be incredibly helpful. And the more you know, the better, right? And we see this day in and day out. The partners and the lead traders in which have a more educated community often have more success and higher retention, just blanket across the board, because when losses happen, they understand why. And it's not a panic, oh my God, this bot just lost me money, I'm out of here. It's, I understand why this lost. I trust the strategy, and we're going to keep rocking. So find great educators and find great software providers like PeakBot to fully automate their strategies. So Ben, that pretty much covers it for new additions into the marketplace. Again, you know where to find us, peakbot.com. Why don't we hit some economic events for this next week upcoming and hit the road?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, let's get my screen back up here. Awesome. Why is it so? All right, that works. It's like widescreen right now. All right, so rest of the day today, nothing much going on other than your Friday oil rig counts. If we look at today going into Monday, not too much going on. I do know, because we did receive a signal from our machine learning model, that King AI and King AI Turbo will be off over the weekend, and this is due to, I guess, heightened tension in the Middle East between at least the U.S. and Iran. The ceasefire has ended, as we all know, and now there's more talk happening over the weekend. So Bot saw that. Bot said,
talks of talks. There's talks of talks.
There's talks of talking.
That's of the political landscape right now. There's talks of talks.
There's talks of talking in the Middle East.
Yeah,
about the war that ended but didn't end.
Unbelievable.
So, anyways, the Kings will be off over the weekend. Now, Monday going into Tuesday, we've got CPI on Tuesday. That's a big economic event, which will turn some bots off. Doug says, what do you mean? He had a memo. Anyways, CPI on Tuesday, and then we've got a bunch of Fed activity on Tuesday, and we got Warsh, K Warsh, talking on Tuesday. So bots will be off from Monday into Tuesday. So looking like a pretty light week so far in terms of trading. Then we got PPI data on Monday. We don't shut the bots off for that. Much more Fed speeches. Likely going to just trade through that as long as conditions say to. And by say to, I mean that what's programmed into the bot. Wednesday into Thursday looks good, and then Thursday into Friday looks good as well, with that Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report coming next Friday. So overall, looks like about half a week of automated trading for most of our bots, at least. Now our partners decide when they trade or when they don't trade. So they will likely be trading this time through these times, but who knows? Completely up to them. And we're just here to automate it.
That's right. I can't help but laugh. For some reason, my StreamYard studio, like the screen of us, just keeps getting smaller. I can't. We're this big right now. It's not a Zoom issue. It's not. I don't know what it is, but it's increasingly getting smaller. It feels like someone's pranking me. So that will do it for economic events this week. Again, the Kings turned off for the weekend. So no holding pocket Kings over the weekend there. Hope everyone's enjoying the madness of the World Cup here in the Americas. Now that the U.S. is out on quite an embarrassing front, let's go Norway. I mean, if you're not rooting for Erling Haaland or whatever that guy's name is, and that entire team who just loves rowing, he's everywhere. I can't escape it. My algorithms are synced to know. And Ben, you know me my whole life. Hate soccer.
Most Americans are pretending to enjoy what's happening right now.
I am enjoying everything going on off the field. I
love Norway. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. That's who we got. I mean, we got to have them win it. Apparently, France is just supposed to dominate the whole thing. They have people say that France's team could have two teams, and both of those teams would be in the final.
Wow.
They're saying how good they are. But anyway, so I hope you enjoy your weekend. If you have some plans, fantastic. If you don't, go make some. And thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be live. We should be live Monday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, see you at the peak. Take care, everybody. Oh my God. Oh.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.